Discover the world's most exclusive escapes, private islands, luxury resorts, and unforgettable retreats. This is JetSet Hideaways, where your next dream destination begins. Far north in the Maldives, surrounded by nothing but ocean and silence, rests Cheval Blanc Randheli. Tucked within the untouched beauty of the Noonu Atoll, this private island is more than a destination, it's a deliberate escape. Here, nature isn't framed. It's invited in. Every coconut palm, every curved shoreline, every whispering breeze is part of the design. It's a place where you don't check in. You exhale. Where mornings arrive slowly with soft light spilling across the lagoon, and afternoons disappear beneath canopies of green. This isn't luxury measured in excess, but in space, in stillness, in the rarest kind of quiet. At Randheli, life doesn't pause. It returns to rhythm. Every journey begins with departure, but few arrive like this. From Mail, a Cheval Blanc seaplane awaits, not just transportation but transition. Inside, pale leather seats, soft music, and bespoke service set the tone. The windows frame a masterpiece below, a mosaic of turquoise, cobalt, and pearl drifting by in silence. As the aircraft climbs, it doesn't feel like takeoff, it feels like ascent. For 40 serene minutes, you're held in stillness, above one of the most beautiful archipelagos on Earth. And then, the descent. The world narrows into focus, a sliver of land wrapped in reef, kissed by salt spray and sunlight. The landing is so smooth, so seamless you may forget you've moved at all, but you'll know the shift has happened, not by the hour, but by the feeling. You've left the ordinary behind and drifted gently into place. At Cheval Blanc Randheli, your villa is more than a place to stay. It's a private world, composed in still tones, natural textures, and quiet, thoughtful space. Some are perched above the lagoon, suspended on stilts that catch the tide's hush. Others nestle within tropical gardens, hidden among palms and bougainvillea. And then there's the Grand Villa, a residence set on its own island, only reachable by boat. A retreat within a retreat, where the only footprints in the sand may be your own. Step inside and feel the difference immediately. Stone that cools beneath bare feet, fabrics that breathe with the breeze, ceilings that rise like canopies, as if the architecture itself were exhaling. There are no loud statements here, only whispers. A teak bench, hand-carved, a linen-draped bed angled perfectly toward sunrise, an open-air bathroom where the line between indoors and out has softly vanished. Every detail invites calm, every space encourages pause. This isn't designed for display, it's designed for feeling, for floating, for being completely and entirely at ease. Here, dining is not an interruption to your day. It is the moment. From the first sip of espresso delivered to your villa at sunrise, to the last taste of handmade sorbet under a starlit sky, food at Cheval Blanc Randheli is crafted with deep intention. At Le 1947, fine French gastronomy meets island simplicity. Each course a quiet crescendo, unfolding like a story in 6, sometimes 10, chapters. The setting, a serene pavilion tucked within a garden of stillness. The atmosphere, understated, elegant, almost reverent, for something livelier, diptyque. A live culinary theatre where chefs craft Japanese and Southeast Asian flavors before your eyes. Steam rising, knives tapping, aromas swirling. Then there's White, casual and bright, where Mediterranean dishes arrive with a sea breeze and a view of the horizon. Light lunches, long breakfasts, crudo and rose beside the pool. But often the most memorable meals are the ones that weren't on the menu. A floating breakfast tray drifting toward you as you wake. A private barbecue arranged on your deck, with just the stars above and the ocean humming below. A sunset picnic on a sandbank where your footprints are the only sign of arrival. It's not just the ingredients that matter, though each one is exquisite. It's the mood, the moment, the way it all feels somehow effortless. Because at Randheli, even the food is a kind of poetry, spoken softly, tasted slowly, remembered long after you leave. To reach the spa at Cheval Blanc Randheli, you must first leave the island. A short journey by Doni, slow, intentional, delivers you across the water, away from even the quiet rhythms of the resort. You arrive not just at a spa, but at a sanctuary suspended above the sea. This is the Cheval Blanc Spa Island, home to the only Guerlain spa in the Maldives, a place where time isn't counted, but softened. Here, ancient rituals meet modern precision. Treatments are crafted to your mood, not just your skin or body, but your energy, your breath, your needs in the moment. A massage beneath an open ceiling, the sea gently whispering through woven walls, a personalized facial using Guerlain's most delicate textures, a body wrap infused with exotic botanicals drawn from the region. Even between treatments, silence is encouraged. Lie back in a private pavilion, sip warm herbal tea, let the horizon hold your gaze. And for those who seek balance in motion, sunrise yoga is offered on an open deck where the only sound is your own inhale, exhale, inhale again. This isn't self-care for indulgence, it's wellness in its truest form, quiet recalibration. Here you don't simply relax, you return to yourself. At Cheval Blanc Randheli, adventure doesn't shout, it whispers, through the tide, the wind, and the call of distant seabirds. Here, experiences are not scheduled, they unfold. Slip into warm, clear waters and explore a reef teeming with color. Corals blooming in every shade, fish darting like flickers of paint. Glide alongside manta rays, their movements effortless, ancient, and entirely mesmerizing. Or set sail as the sun dips low, casting a honeyed glow across the atoll. Dolphins often join, playful, curious, dancing in the boat's wake. Craving stillness? Let a paddleboard carry you across the lagoon's glassy surface. Or follow the tide to a sandbank that vanishes by dusk. A sliver of untouched beach just for you, set with a linen-draped table and flickering lanterns. And for younger guests, the island becomes a storybook. At Le Carousel, children aren't just looked after, they're invited to explore, painting with natural pigments, learning the language of shells, discovering the stars with an island guide. It's a place where curiosity is celebrated, where discovery feels magical but never manufactured. Because here, wonder doesn't need to be created. It already lives in the water, in the light, in every moment you're open to it. Beyond the beauty, beyond the architecture, the cuisine, the comfort, lies something more rare, the spirit of Cheval Blanc Randheli. Here, service is not scripted. It isn't about being seen, but about seeing you. They call it art de recevoir, the art of receiving, not with grand gestures, but with quiet care. Your favorite flower, arranged beside your morning tea. A note written in your language using your name, not just correctly but warmly. A dish served one evening, inspired by a memory you casually shared at lunch. It's not about luxury as display, it's about emotion, memory, connection. Staff here don't simply know your itinerary, they come to understand your rhythm, your preferences, your quiet habits. You begin to notice you never ask twice. Towels appear when you didn't realize you were cold. Your sunglasses are already cleaned. Your book, bookmarked and placed exactly where you left off, even if you forgot where that was. And as days pass, the line between host and guest dissolves. You're no longer being served, you're being cared for. It's not about perfection, it's about presence, because what stays with you long after you leave is how completely seen you felt without ever needing to ask. There comes a moment, always too soon, when your time at Cheval Blanc Randheli draws to a close. But this isn't a goodbye in the usual sense, because this place doesn't let go so easily. As the seaplane lifts from the water, you glance back, not just at the island, but at the version of yourself who lived there if only for a while, unhurried, weightless, completely present, and you realize this wasn't just a stay, it was a recalibration. You arrived with luggage, you leave with something far lighter, a calm that lingers in your breathing, a softness in your pace, a stillness you didn't know you were missing. The colors remain with you, the blush of the dawn, the silver of starlight on the water, the endless shades of blue. So does the quiet, so does the warmth, so does the memory of how deeply you felt nothing was missing. Even after you've gone, Randheli stays, not on your itinerary but somewhere quieter, a place inside you that now knows paradise isn't a fantasy, it's a memory. Subscribe to JetSet Hideaways for more rare retreats, every destination, chosen with care, every stay, a story waiting to be told. Where to next?